What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Spanko, and today I'm bringing you guys a deck that I think is very unique. I've honestly looked it up, and there's not much you can actually find about this deck, but I think it's very, very cool. And of course, you guys know the deck that I'm talking about is none other than Thunder Dragon. And you guys might be thinking, Thunder Dragon in 2025, what's going on? The K9 cards is what's going on. The K9 cards synergize pretty well, obviously the level 5s. But on top of that, this deck, honestly, the biggest issue was that like it could make Colossus, but it didn't do much else. The K9 cards provide you with like non-engine that can, one, act as a hand trap, but two, can also OTK and help you push for game. Now, before I get into this video, I want to say we're at Legendary Collectibles right now. Big shout out to them. It's where I get all my cards. You guys can check them out. Link in the top of the description. 5% off, Spanko 5, all of that cool stuff. But I will say they're doing some construction and they repainted. So if you guys hear the fan, that's pretty much what's happening here, okay? So hopefully it doesn't get too much into the way, but with that said, let's get into the deck profile. So we are starting off with 3 of the vanilla Thunder Dragon. This card on its own with Jokul is actually double. I'm going to show you guys a combo. It's double Colossus plus Ripper, which is absolutely insane. Who knew, but a vanilla Thunder Dragon is actually one of the best cards you could open in this deck. 3 dark. It acts similarly to the Thunder Dragon, where it replaces itself. It activates a Thunder monster in hand, which is very good. And then with this, if you open this in Jokul, you get 1 Colossus plus Ripper, but you have full follow-up as well. Like both of these combos get you full follow-up, which is nice. So that's why you're playing 3 and 3. We're playing then 3 Roar and 3 Hawk. We're just maxing out on the Thunder Dragon names because I find that you kind of do need the names. The lights and the darks is very relevant. 1 duo. This is the one card that I'm like, you know what? You could definitely cut this. I'm choosing not to, but because it kind of helps you like push for game. Turns 2, turns 3. It's a cool card to search. It's really the one card that I'm like, you know what? You could swap it out if you want to. But we are playing 1 fusion because this is going to help you recycle your Colossuses, recycle all your Thunder Dragon names. Very nice. And then 1 Cold Sark, of course, as well, part of the engine. So we're just kind of maxing out on the engine here. Seeing the names, specifically these 2 names, is pretty good. Like you want to see these names. So that's kind of why we're maxing out on it. Now, let's get into the K9 cards, right? The K9 cards is very generic engine in terms of like K9. So 3 Izuna, 3 Jokul, 1 Lupus, 1 Lantern. We are maxing out on these because you actually want to see the Jokul. The Jokul is very important for your combo. Izuna is better as a hand trap when you're going second, but Jokul is for your combo is insane, right? And then to make sure that we can see our cards, because Jokul and Izuna are too important not to see, we're playing 3 Case, which is essentially Rhoda for these, and then we're playing the 2 Chaotic Elements. Now, Chaotic Elements is a really cool card that essentially searches a level 5 or higher light or dark pyro or aqua monster, and that's great because it searches this or it searches this. So, funny enough, it works with Lantern and Jokul, which is nice, and it's just a searcher for you, so it just gives you more consistency. And then, of course, we're playing the 1 X-Force for the K9 package. So, we're playing a bunch of Rhodas. The really nice thing about this card as well is if you know you're going second in games 2 and games 3, it's a very easy side-out target, right? Well, without actually hindering your engine, because you still max out on everything, but you can cut these for a side deck, and it makes it really nice. So, that's why I like this engine. And again, I'll show you the synergy in a little bit once we show you guys the combo. But the K9 stuff is very, very good and generic in today's format. Then we're just playing really good hand traps. So 3 Fua, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 1 Talon, 1 Called By. You don't have a lot of room, at least with this build of the deck, to play a lot of non-engine. Technically, the Izunas is non-engine, so that's pretty good. Now again, this is like a prototype deck. I want to say this. Like, it's one of those things where I'm not an expert on Thunder Dragon. I've been testing it a little bit. It works out. I think the deck's really cool, but I'm sure there are some Thunder Dragon enthusiasts out there that know a lot more about the deck. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys will kind of change the deck list. But once you guys see the combo, I want you guys to understand the premise of it, and then using that, you guys can kind of build a deck list to make you know, more sense, whether it's more efficient or not. Funny enough, Cameraman's a big Thunder Dragon guy, and I built this deck in honor of him, and he's probably judging me if the ratios are not good, but I'm very confident in these ratios, okay? But with that said, if you guys are able to adjust the ratios, you can maybe fit more non-engine, but I find that you don't actually need more non-engine, all right? I like the deck list. The deck list is really good. It's 40 cards on the dot. It makes it very, very consistent. The fact that you can play up 3 of all the important cards is really good. Then we're playing 3 Colossus, and Colossus is a very underrated card this format. First of all, it's like good into everything essentially, but not only is it good into everything, people are not playing cards like Imperm anymore because just this format, Imperm is not that great. So the fact that Imperm doesn't really exist, and I only think that the deck that can play Droplet is like Yummy, right? So maybe Droplet against into Yummy matchup, but other than that, you're not really seeing Imperm, and Colossus is just like FTK against a lot of decks. And then we're playing the 1 Titan, of course, because you kind of make this with Fusion. It kind of helps you push for game. It's a very good card in general, so 1 Titan. Then we're playing the 1 Ripper and the 1 Werewolf, very, very standard. 1 Valon, 1 Conqueree. This is actually very important for your combo. It gets you an extra Thunder Dragon on field, so that's very relevant. So I'll show you guys this part of the combo. Then we're playing the Nash Knight package, so one C Xyz Nash Knight, one Nash Knight, one 107, or one C107. These could be any two names, like it could be the 104 package, because I know some people like to play the 104. I actually like this package because it does two things for you. One, you can just use Nash Knight twice if you need to, because you have two targets for it, so you can use this twice. But two, if you don't need to use it a second time, what you can do is you can make C Xyz Nash Knight, detach this Nash Knight, keep the 107 under it, and then summon C107. Now C107 is 4500 attack, and if it has number 107 as a material, contribute 2 monsters, I believe, and then it can attack 3 times. So this is just an OTK button for you, and I just like the fact that this deck has an option to OTK just out of nowhere like that, right? So that's why I like C107. 1 IP, 1 SP, nothing locks you in this deck, which is nice, and then 1 Chaos Angel. This comes up, like what it does is actually absolutely insane. Obviously you're playing a bunch of level 5s, so you can use 2 5s to make this. And then in the side deck we're playing Lancia, so you can actually Joko Lancia and make this. Doesn't happen very often, just a funny interaction. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. And I'll go into the side deck real quick, but I want to show you guys a combo. So for the side deck, I always say it, it's a generic side deck. When you guys are seeing this, you guys should be seeing this pre-ban list. Now there is a ban list that we do know is coming up at the end of the month, so that might change the format. And obviously use this side deck as a skeleton. If Malice gets like obliterated and Lancia is not good anymore, don't play Lancia. And if you go to locals and all your locals is like Draco Tail or like combo, side for that. If it's not, then side for whatever your like locals looks like, right? So this is just a skeleton for you guys to use. So 3 Lancia, really good into Malice, into Orcus. 3 Ogre. Yummy is a matchup I hate in this deck, so I found that this card is just really good into Yummy, because Yummy can actually play through Colossus pretty well. So this card is really good into Snatchy, into the Field Spell. 1 Magnemute and 1 Druid Swarm, just 2 really good cards. 1 Harpies, 3 Raigeki. Again, going second against Yummy, I don't want to play with it, so just 3 Geki. And then going first, I find that one of the best cards in the game going first right now is Solemn Strike. We're playing 3 Strike. I think this side deck is really good because it covers a little bit of everything. Going second, going first. And going first already, you have such a good matchup into like a lot of different decks that just having the Strike is pretty much good enough. This could be Judgment, but I just found that Strike is just so good into like everything right now. So that's why we're playing the Strike. So yeah, let me show you guys the combo though, because this is where the deck gets really, really cool, right? The combo, all it takes, and you can do this with like multiple ways. Like if you open Case, if you open Chaotic Elements, all you need to do is open one of these 2. So let's just say you open like the Thunder Dragon, right, as an example, and then one of these. Or you could just draw the Joko, right? Doesn't matter how you get there, but you just need to get to the Joko. So for simplicity's sake, let's start with these 2, right? Let's use this Friendship token as our field center. Okay, cool. This is your hand. So you're going to use Thunder Dragon effect, and you're going to be able to now get 2 Thunder Dragons to your hand. Okay, and that's going to be really relevant. I'll show you guys why. But you'll be able to get 2 Thunder Dragons off of this. Yeah. Then you'll use the Joko effect with 1 Thunder Dragon, summon both of them. What you do then is you'll actually use the Joko effect here, and Joko effect is going to be able to search you a monster. So the monster you're going to search is your Lantern. So then what you're going to do is you're going to Xyz over these 2, and then you're going to make your Ripper. This is pretty standard in a lot of K9 plays. So you make Ripper. You can use the Ripper effect. You want to detach the Joko, okay? Because you want Lantern to be live, so you want to detach the Joko. So you can detach the Joko and then search for a K9 card. At this point, you can search, you know, like if you wanted to for Azuna, you could search for, actually, yeah, Azuna is probably the best play here. You can search for anything depending on what's in your hand, but you're going to search for Azuna for follow-up, right? Then you're going to use Lantern effect to summon itself and summon back the Joko. Okay, so now you have these 2. And by the way, you can't lose to Nib here because you have Ripper, which is really nice. So then what you're going to do is you're going to overlay these 2 and then make these 2 into your King Query, okay? Now King Query has a really cool effect where you can detach 1 and then summon a level 5 back. So you can detach 1, doesn't matter which, and then summon back your Thunder Dragon, okay? I completely forgot something, by the way. When you summon Lantern, use its effect. Please don't forget. Lantern gets to search you a spell or trap, so you're always going to want to search your X-Force here. Please don't forget this. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do it live. But yeah. Now you have this, detach 1, summon back your Thunder Dragon. Use this Thunder Dragon to now, because you use the Thunder Dragon effect from hand, you can make Colossus, okay? And then, you haven't used your normal summon yet. So you can then normal summon this by tributing this, and then make this into your second Colossus. So your end board here doesn't look insane, but it actually kind of is insane. Because you have a hand and graveyard negate with Ripper, double Colossus up, you have Azuna for follow-up, so you have literally a hand trap for follow-up. You have X-Force, so you can rank this up into Werewolf. And again, this is just with 2 cards, so you have 3 other cards in hand. So the thing is, you're ending on this combo with 5 cards in hand, follow-up, and like an OT, like you just OTK now, right? So this is like the best combo with the Thunder Dragon. Now, if you do it with Thunder Dragon Dark, it's the exact same combo, you just don't end on the second Colossus because you don't have the second name. but you end on 1 Colossus plus Ripper plus the same exact M board. This M board is really good, again, because you're setting up the Colossus in this with this. So that's it for the deck profile, guys, and that's it for the combo. I hope it makes sense. And again, you could go further with a lot of this. You could do a lot more Thunder Dragon plays if you open more Thunder Dragon cards. This is just the most basic way of showing you guys how the K9 and Thunder Dragon cards work. And it's low-key really saucy because it's very easy to pull off, and the boards aren't huge, but they play around everything. They play around cards like Ogre, they play around cards like Nib, which is relevant right now. You know, you lose the droplet, I guess, on your Colossus, but if you're making double Colossus, like, they have to pitch 2, so that's 3 cards out of their hand, and then you still have Ripper and Izuna, so like, it's going to be very hard for your opponent to break these kind of boards, and that's why I think this deck has a lot of potential. Again, I just built this, I've been testing it, it's not perfect. I think maybe, you know, if you guys can find better efficiencies, let me know in the comment section down below. At the end of the day, I want to grow as a community and learn as a community and get better as a community. And I think Thunder Dragon is a really, really cool deck that synergizes really well with one of the best engines in the game today. So thank you guys all for watching. Again, hopefully you guys are seeing this and the wind is not too bad, but big shout out to Legendary Collectibles. I appreciate you guys all for watching. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do stuff like this. And I like showcasing these really cool ideas. So thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, cameraman, for being the best cameraman on YouTube. And with that, Spanko signing out. Peace.
Get up,